So it's about 5 months since the last time I did a video, so let's change that. Today I'll be reviewing Mastermind Creations reformatted Carnifex. Now let's do a quick box review. It looks pretty good. Now let's get on to what we really want to see and see the big boy in the box. Now the box, he looks really good. Now if you don't know, Carnifex, also known as IDW Overlord, is from the More Than Meets the Eye and The Last Stand of the Wreckers comic book series. He is known as a psychopath robot killer of sorts, and he very well looks the part. He looks scary and menacing, and it almost looks like Tim Curry could fill his voice just right. Other than this big figure, you get some other neat knickknacks and doodads inside this box, including this nice and extra plastic card that has nice stats on it. It can be an MMC figure without MMC's comic book and instructions. The instructions are really nicely detailed and show you the transformations
just right.
And the comic books are drawn just so good. But I'm not going to show you that because it's spoilers. If you want it, you gotta buy the figure. Sorry. He comes with this nice big gun. Now, all you really have to do is tab it in his hand, and it's not too hard. Once you get it tabbed into the palm of his hand and wrap the fingers around, it's pretty solid. It won't really move anywhere, as I show right here by shaking the figure a little. And that makes him look even more terrifying. So let's talk about his next accessory, his huge shield. Now his shield does come with 2 attachment parts for different various ways of holding the shield, including this handle holding piece, which at first it's a little tricky to get it in, but once you've got the right way of getting it into the hand, it's fine and it'll hold on great, like this. Now let's be honest, would you really want to meet him in a dark alley?
Nope.
It comes with this little thin looking piece that you do attach to the shield, and you can attach to the forearm using the very small tab. It's not super hard, a little finicky since it's so small, but it will work. And ooh, he is looking fine. Now if you want to, you can store the other little handle piece for the shield inside the shield itself. He also comes with 2 big swords that are pretty easy to get in the hands compared to the other items like the shield handle and the gun. And that's scary. I'm going to tell you right now. If you want a place to store both swords, you can put them both on the shield and attach it to the shoulder a la G1 style. Now I'm sure Carnifex's G1 daddy would be so proud right now. And the final accessory is a new head with a broken eye. All you have to do is unscrew it, then put the new head on, and bam, you got it. And this head is inspired from a scene from Last Stand of the Wreckers where Impactor shoots Overlord in the eye. I'll give him credit. Overlord's a tough cookie. And one of my favorite things about this figure is you can actually interchange the eyes, and it makes him look so much creepier. Now his chest can open up to reveal hidden missile pods.
FBI should be knocking on his door any minute now.
Now if you wish, you can pop off the chest missiles in favor of MMC's Power Masters, which also comes with a few other accessories included. Now he has a double barrel gun that can flip down and slide out, along with 6 smaller barreled guns that can slide out as well. Now for articulation, he has a ball jointed head which gets great movement up and down, and a lot of other places too. He has a ratcheted shoulder joint that goes all the way out here. There's 2 swivels, one above and below the elbow joint. The elbow joint can go 90 degrees. He has a wrist swivel and a wrist hinge, as well as a ball jointed thumb that has 2 joints on the thumb. The fingers on the joints have about 2 or 3 joints on each finger, and they are individually articulated. The ab crunch has 1 position back and 1 position forward. He has a waist joint. He has a nice ratcheted hip joint for outward movement and forward and back movement. He does have a thigh swivel. I may have forgotten to show this in the video, but if not, I'll show it. He has a double jointed knee, which gets a really good range. He has an ankle tilt and an ankle rocker so he can get some really good poses. So to see how tall this big boy is, we're going to compare him with some figures. First off is Mastermind Creation Spartan, Mech Ideas Apex, Mech Ideas Geminis, Masterpiece Blue Streak, SH Figure Arts Freddie Mercury, and SH Figure Arts Star-Lord. You've seen the articulation and all the features. Now it's time for transformation. I'm surprised Adobe Premiere hasn't... What? After a long transformation process, we are now in jet and tank mode. From the comic designs, it's a bit stylized from the tank and the jet looks a little bit different I'll tell you later on. The jet mode looks really good and sleek, and it definitely harkens back to the G1 jet mode. It's a little more updated, but it looks really good for a jet, and it kind of has a Blackbird almost somewhat feel to it, and it's really cool. Now you can open the cockpit, and this is for the Power Masters, so one of them can actually lay down. And the landing gears do work really well, just not on this surface. It'd probably work with a less rougher surface. Now the tank mode looks brutal, with a nice giant big cannon and big treads to get him to the places he needs to go to cause rampage. I will add, he's got some nice painted details in tank mode with a few nice pinks and silvers along the line. Now you can open these two front panels. Yet again, the Power Masters, both of them, can go in here. Now you can get both treads to work, but for some reason mine's a little stiff unless I'm just doing it by hand. It has to be a really grippable surface for it to properly work. Now remember when I was telling you the jet mode looked a little off? Well, that's because the tank and the jet can combine to make this super tank jet thing. Now, to make it easy for me, I've stored the wings inside his backpack to make it easier for me to transform. So, on to the transformation. Just look at this. This thing is a death trap in the air and on ground. I mean, it just looks so good. and almost comic accurate. It's not like super comic accurate, but for what they did, it looks
nice.
And if you didn't think that was overkill, you can actually attach his gun to his combined jet tank mode. And only one advice I can offer you is to run. Now I'm not actually going to show you how to transform him into his base mode, but I will leave like a card or at the end of the video a link to MMC's instructions on how to do his base mode. And here is base mode. I gotta be honest though, this mode doesn't look all that great.
What?
Now it is possible to have one of the Power Masters sit up in the cockpit right here. I think I've seen one promotional photo that shows this happening. I'll probably include a photo here. And you've got all your little weapons out, like the chest, missile pods, the little guns on his chest. Oddly enough, the gun actually plugs into Carnifex's crutch, so I don't really know how to feel about that. And the legs are out there as like little defense bays or something. I don't know how that works. I just prefer the left side. Now if you want, you can change either side to the other side, so you can have them both like this. You can swap the sides. You can have them both as the left one or both as the right one. Preferably, I would probably be using the ones on the left overall. Now before I tell you whether I recommend Carnifex or not, we're going to get to the pros and cons. The pros of this figure are the quality and heft is top tier. It's got that nice heft and nice feeling plastic, so you shouldn't have to worry about him breaking or anything. The articulation is fantastic. You can get him in many different poses and good looking poses as well, so he can pull off the looks you want. The figure comes with a lot of awesome and good looking accessories. Carnifex is pretty much comic accurate to the comic. I mean, it is taking a few liberties, but this is the definite comic version of the IDW Overlord. Now the cons to this figure is the transformation is the con. It's not a horrible transformation, it's certain parts trying to line them up is a bit tricky. Like the shoulder pads are a bit tricky to actually transform and put in jet mode because you have to tab everything just right. That's the only issue I really have with transforming him. But other than that, I would say Carnifex is amazing. Carnifex is someone I would say is one of the best third-party Transformers of all time. In fact, I would say he's the best third-party Transformer I've ever bought, and I'd give him the title of Best Third-Party Transformer of 2016 when I got him. Now, the bummer to some people might be the price, because the price is around $180 to $190. But originally I thought it was going to cost over $200, so I think this is a fantastic price. And if you can get one right away. If you enjoyed this video that I put a lot of hard work into making, then please share this with a friend or someone that you might know that would like to see this, because I would probably like to do more reviews, and if the response is good, I'll make more. Now, I do plan on making a few more reviews, and the next review I plan on doing is